Okay, hi there. So today I'm working on my 1996 Johnson 40 horsepower power trim outboard. Problem I ran into was my power trim wasn't working very well. Come to find out, it was leaking at the seal at the top where the ramrod comes out. First step, went to my local marina, Jimmy Carter Marina on Buckeye Lake, and he gave me some good advice. Said what I needed to replace and all that kind of stuff. So first step, I tried to get the pin out of the top of the ram, and it seized into the aluminum frame. So used the tap threads on the pin to put a screw in and use a slide hammer to try to pull it out. That didn't work. Read online, some people use a torch. Definitely don't want to do that. There's some plastic bushings in there. And then tried to tap it from the other side, twist it, no luck. Then I went to try to take the pin out of the bottom of the actual power trim to try to drop the power trim motor down. That didn't work. So what I was able to do was I was able to tilt the motor all the way up after loosening the top cap, and the piston actually came completely out of the motor itself. So now what I'm going to work on is reassembly. So I decided to go ahead and replace all of the parts in the top, and including the cap, the wiper, and the O-ring and everything. So you got to be careful about which direction you put that seal in the middle of the cap. You want to make sure that the opening for the seal is pointed down and the snap ring's above that. And then on the top, you want to make sure your wiper seal has the opening towards the top. The other crucial step here is to make sure when you pull the piston off to do this work, you want to make sure you keep all of your check valves and all of those tiny components in the piston oriented the right way. Now we'll go ahead and start reassembly. I want to make sure that I have all of my components lubed up with some of that power trim oil. That way there's no abrasion or anything. So make sure you have power trim oil available just to wipe everything down. Let's go ahead and start. Okay, so first thing, I want to push my newly assembled cap onto the ram. Next, we'll put the spacer back on. Next, we'll take the actual piston assembly and push it on. Make sure you have the O-ring on the bottom side. This could get a little bit tricky because you want to make sure you keep it all together and those check valves don't come out. Okay, now that we got the piston on, I can put the nut back on. Okay, and now essentially we're ready to lift the motor up and drop the piston down in the housing. Okay, we'll need to use our spanner wrench to tighten the cap back down. Make sure you remember to put the large O-ring on the cap. and now we're ready to fill it back up with fluid. So we've got 3 screws here. We've got a bypass screw down the bottom left. We've got a drain screw down in the bottom. And then we've got our fill screw here. This system is self-bleeding. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this fill screw off, fill as much fluid as we can, run it up and down, open it up again with the engine in the up position, fill it up again. We'll do this multiple times until we're sure that the system's completely bled out. Alright, after multiple iterations of filling that up, I'm going to run this up and down here and we'll see how she works. Okay, looks good. I'll check the level again after a couple times of boating and keep an eye on this and make sure we're good. So just like that, not too bad. You can do it yourself as long as you have the right tools. The spanner wrench is the most important item to have there. The rest you probably already have yourself. Always run into issues with boats, like how we couldn't get the pins out. That's fine. There's always alternate solutions. So just make sure you do your research, talk to your marina, YouTube stuff, Google stuff, whatever you need to do. Okay, if you're looking to tackle this yourself, good luck to you. Happy boating.